Use the approved poses if you wanna be a memer. Peace sign, bunny ears, fake wiener.
How the hell are ya, you depressive wastes of skin? Galactic Criminal here, and today we got ourselves another brand new song and music video coming from Tala. That makes it 6 of them now, each one seeming to just get better than the last one, off of their upcoming album Metriphagy, set to come out October 2nd. Only a couple of weeks away, man. If you have not heard anything by Tala up until this point, they are, in my personal opinion, one of the very best blends of nostalgic nu metal and modern progressive metalcore that I've ever heard. I have loved every single one of their releases up until this point, and from what I am being told, this one will be no exception. So let's dive in, baby. Tala! LED. 1, 2.
Is an abstract fact, cause my vilifications are not form redacted. Fuck that, boy! I don't know who I am anymore, but I want to reflect on I can't lie. I never want on the throne of the Lord. What I say? Yeah, turn it up, let's make great. Rather than a block, what the fuck do you take me for? When everything I've been said, see no one's so bad, she go dance up the mattress. No one could be made
Nothing. Oh, okay. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's so refreshing, dude. I mean, living through the new metal days, and then hearing something like this so much, like, farther after it. Oh, it's so hard to describe how I feel. I have thoughts. I mean, at first in this, I wasn't sure where this was going. I was so confused, which again is very, very, very refreshing. That sort of, like I've said before in some of the other reactions I've done to the stuff that they've released so far, a very like avant-garde sounding, like modern progressive metalcore with just like very, very heavy influence of new metal in there. It's such an incredibly, like I said, refreshing way of a new take on the new metal genre. This one having more like Limp Bizkit style of theme or whatever, of influence is the word I was really going for, in like the heavier guitar rhythm section that they eventually went into after the more like off-time beginning bits. And they got into their rhythm section there, dude. It was so incredibly Limp Bizkit that I just fucking started flipping out. I mean, I was just at first, again, like I said, just kind of weirded out by what was going on in the video, which doesn't really surprise me that it's weird anymore anyway, from what I've seen of theirs so far. Which is like the weird chaos to the timing and rhythms of the intro bit of this, and they kind of went back to that a couple other times in the track as well. I was trying to pick up where the rhythm was. I was trying to pick up the timing, because even when it comes to some like strange time signatures and that, I can generally kind of feel where like kind of feel out by at a certain point anyway where the downbeat is, and kind of be able to like move to it. It's something I've always enjoyed, like trying to figure out is where those rhythms sort of sit, and just I couldn't, and like, again, so incredible to throw me off guard like that. I've heard like some mixed thoughts of some other like reactors and that online saying like they just don't get it or whatever. And that's fine, maybe that's just not for you, maybe you're just not old enough. Maybe if you were born after 1990, then you probably weren't old enough when new metal was around to really appreciate it as much as somebody, myself or someone older than me, might have around that time. And just if you were like super into that stuff, and to hear it done like this now, especially for me after like my kind of journey through the whole metal scene and all the different genres that I've heard and what I've been able to like hear within this, and just each and every one of their like iterations that they've released so far, the 6 of them that they have, it's just, there's so much happening in each track, and each one has its own feel and tone and like influence in it. Like some of it being like, I've heard like mostly like Slipknot and Korn, and now like Limp Bizkit elements, but that's what they've like even said, like in the description, it says all those bands and like Linkin Park and stuff, and I pick up on all of that. The digital elements, the scratching and stuff is so sick. I love that they're bringing it back again in a very, very fresh, very cool way. I can't wait to like sit down and listen to this entire album from end to end, because I guess it is like an experimental theme type album. So I'm interested to hear like all these different tracks in the proper succession, unless they were already released in that order of the actual track listing. I'm just, man, that friggin' blew me away. I was super hype, especially when that like Limp Bizkit sounding rhythm kicked in. So good, dude, so good. But again, just throwing me off with all these different changes and like the vocals, dude. It's like, fucking damn it, I wish I knew more technical terminologies when it came to music. But like the rhythm patterns, even in his vocals, are just so chaotic and crazy and creative and interesting and non-formulaic. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of throws you off. But then again, he does go back to like more like formulaic moments, kind of like toward the latter half of this track, going into just like the sick meaty breakdown he's telling and stuff. Man, just get super heavy with those like deep sounding metalcore, still keeping that like new metal influence there, but just with it. That was so sick. The way they ended this track, I don't think they could have done this one any better. I loved it. So hey, whether you're a fan of these guys already like me, or you're somebody who just heard them for the very first time right now, what did you think? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, there'll be a link in the description for this video so you can watch it for yourself, for screen, for audio, and get the full experience. And as always, have yourself a fantastic evening.